Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room. Star Citizen has a bit of a learning curve. Not as steep a curve as other games, but there are things in Star Citizen that is not quite as obvious as WASD movement controls. Those of us who've played Star Citizen for a while have forgotten some of the things that new players still need to learn. With that in mind, I decided to make a series of new player guides to help the Star Citizen rookie get off the ground as fast as possible. So join me, GTDae, the average Joe gamer, as we jump into the verse with a basic flight guide. Before we start flying, let's talk about my preferred control scheme. At the moment, I use a keyboard and mouse. But when you start playing after a fresh install, your control scheme is set to basic keyboard. I use the advanced keyboard setup, so to follow along you need to set up this control scheme. To do that, go to Options, Key Bindings, then click Advanced Controls Customization and Control Profiles, then scroll down to Keyboard Advanced. Now just set up keyboard and mouse profiles and click Load. When you go back to the default preset image and select Flight Advanced, you can see the full key bindings for this control scheme. I will base this guide off of these key bindings. So now let's jump into the basic flight guide. Let's start by requesting a ship. I'm based in Levski, and to request a ship, you go to Customs and find the ship retrieval consoles. The F key gives you access to the user interface system, and that is how you will interact with everything in the world. So now head over to the console, hold down the F key and click on the screen. Now select your ship from the list, and immediately you will see your ship's waypoint marker appear. This shows you where your ship is in relation to you, with direction and distance included. When you're not looking directly at your ship, you will see a triangular arrow with a circular marker on the edge of the screen. Points of interest waypoints will be marked on screen only by the little arrow, but your current vehicle will be denoted with the circle and the arrow, while your current mission will be marked with a triangular marker along with the little arrow. Now let's head to our ship. To enter, hold down the F key and depending on your ship, click Open to open the door or click Enter Cockpit to get in. When you are in your cockpit seat, have a look around while holding down the F key, and you will see interactions like engine on and off, flight ready, power off, and open exterior and lock doors. These are basic bells and whistles you can interact with. You can use those interactions or you can use keyboard shortcuts. You can power your ship up by hitting 5 and then 4 to start your engine. You can also hit 8 to make your ship flight ready. This will power up your ship and start the engines at once. Now because we are at Levski, we are in a hangar and might have to request permission to take off to get out of here. I'm in a Cutlass and the bank of screens in front of us are all known as MFDs or multifunction displays. The MFD here at the bottom left shows contacts where we can find the Levski landing services. To request takeoff, I will hold down the F key and use the pointer to click on the little Wi-Fi icon next to Levski landing services. This will send a request to take off, the roof of the hangar will open and Enslan the ATC will make a sarcastic comment to hurry us out of the hangar. He is such a delightful guy. Now to take off, we will hold down our spacebar until we are clear of the hangar. The basic maneuvering keybinds are quite simple and expected. To throttle up, hold the W key. To throttle down, hold the S key. Note that you cannot just fly backwards holding down S. To fly backwards while stationary, first hold down your left Alt key and then push S. If you do this while your ship is moving forwards, it will simply act as an air brake. Your throttle will stay at 100%, but you will slow down. To strafe left, hold down the A key and D to strafe right. Q and E is used to roll left and right. Your pitch and yaw is controlled with your mouse. To pitch up and down, move your mouse up and down, and you might have guessed to yaw left and right, move your mouse left and right. At the moment we are in precision maneuvering mode, which is a fancy way of saying our landing gear is down. To retract the landing gear, hit the N key. Immediately we can see our ship speeds up and the maneuvering is a lot sharper. We are now in SCM mode, which is an abbreviation for Space Combat Maneuvers. Lowering your landing gear again puts you back in precision mode, which slows you down to a maximum speed of 50 meters per second and limits your maneuverability. This makes it easier to navigate tight spaces and to position your ship for landing more precisely, but more on landing later. Now, let's actually fly somewhere. To navigate the Stanton system, simply hit the F1 key to open your Mobiglass and open the Star Map app here. To zoom out, just roll back on your mouse wheel to reveal the rest of Crusader and its moons. Let's go to Daymar. To do that, double click on Daymar and set it as your destination. If we look around, we will see Daymar's waypoint as a small diamond. When we are sufficiently lined up, it will become a larger diamond, and this means we can activate quantum travel. We can do this by hitting the B key. This will fire up our quantum drive and we will be shot towards Daymar at great speed. There is a good chance that our quantum jump may be disrupted by NPC pirates. As of the making of this video, you can just ignore them while you wait for your quantum drive to cool down to initiate another jump. You're also welcome to kill them if you want. Now that we've arrived at Daymar, we can fly down to the surface to make a planetary landing. Until you've got a good feeling for how your ship will behave in atmosphere, I would suggest that you don't just fly full speed straight down to the surface. Some heavier ships are quite difficult to slow down before smashing into the ground. So break into the atmosphere at an angle and gradually reduce your altitude. Now that we've successfully negotiated entry and lowering our altitude, let's make a landing. When you are close to the surface, hit the N key to lower your landing gear and throttle down to a stop. To lower your ship straight down, hold down the right control key until you've touched down. Your ship's computer will tell you when you've successfully landed. Quickly hit the 4 key to power the engines down to prevent the thrusters from pushing you off again. To take off again, hit the 4 key to power up the engines and hold spacebar to lift off. To land at the spaceport, you'll need to request landing from the ATC services. Then we can also use automatic landing to touch down on the landing pads. To request landing at Port Olisar, fly towards your nearest strut. Then request landing by holding down F and clicking on the Wi-Fi icon next to Port Olisar landing services in the Contacts MFD. Again, you can also do this in the Contacts app in your Mobiglass. When they've assigned a landing pad, hit N to lower your landing gear and see your landing pad marked quite clearly. When you've maneuvered closer to the center of the landing pad and below the arrow marker, you can hold down the N key for a moment and your ship autopilot will set you down softly. To get out of your ship, hold down the F key and look around to find the exit command to exit your seat or the cockpit entirely, again depending on your ship. So there you have it. You have now acquired all the basic skills to traverse the Stanton system. In future videos we will look at some more advanced flight controls and dogfighting. If this video was in any way helpful to you, please let me know in the comments. If I've left something out, don't hesitate to let me know and I will address that in a future video. Armed with the skills you've just learned, head out into the verse and find some adventure. I've been GTDae, the Average Joe Gamer, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like down below, and while you're down there, check the video description for my social media links. Also, I would hugely appreciate it if you would support me on Patreon. This would really help me in my endeavors to create great content more and more regularly. Lastly, please consider subscribing to the channel to get notified of future content. And as always, stay awesome, and I will see you in the next one.